do you see a headway out of this? Do you see a solution? Because it sounds like a myriad of interwoven challenges, the way you just, the picture you just created.
Yeah. There is a way out. The way out is for, one, all of us to decide to become responsible members of society, and for those at the helm of affairs to summon the political will, that we need to, recently we just commemorated the World Day of Remembrance for road accident victims. And the key focus of that day is justice. When you look at many of the road accidents that we've had, we can't say that there's been justice for those who suffered any form of loss. People have died with people not held accountable. We've had family lose their breadwinners with no one held accountable. And when you look at a system like that where the justice system is really not, working the way it ought to, there is really no form of deterrent. We want to see people being held accountable for their failures when it comes to road safety. We want to see organizations being held accountable when their trucks or their vehicles are involved in accidents that cause that maim members of the public. When this begin to happen, it will serve as a deterrent to others. And
did you hear of the sad incident of the 2 road sweepers who were killed on the road? These issues are not they are being swept under the carpet. You hear of cases of last mile officials chasing, private vehicle owners, and then it leads to the death of somebody. Nobody is held accountable. So that's why I ask you that question. How do we get out of this? Do you think we can? Right, okay, so I'm not trying to be a prophet of doom. I'm not trying to be pessimistic. But when you look at the whole complex situation, you begin to wonder, those who are supposed to be the ones enforcing the laws are the ones who are flouting the laws. Look at the last mile official flouting the law. Look at even government officials who break traffic rules, drive through one way, oppose traffic. It looks like a very, very
it again comes
unending.
Back to what I said earlier, strengthening the justice system.
Who would do it? The reason I'm asking you this question, you're the expert here. The reason I'm asking you these questions is, if we are saying that we need to enforce the law, who are the people who will do it? Are they not the ones flouting the law? If we say that we need to, maybe legislate and maybe enact some laws that need to serve as deterrent to people, who are the people who should do this? Aren't they also culpable? Where do we start from?
Okay, remember I mentioned earlier, our problem in this part of the world is not so much the absence of laws, rather than the courage that we need to enforce the laws. And we have all seen in different parts of our society, aspect of our lives before, where we have one individual come to the helm of affairs in the place, and the person takes the bull by the horn. When we see such, it tells us that there is hope. We only need to have the right, square pegs and square holes, and not have people who have no clue at the helm of affairs. If you have individuals who are appointed into positions as a way of rewarding political loyalty, it's impossible to have systems that will thrive. The law must work in such a way that everybody is treated equally. So if a person flouts the law, the penalty that the person gets is the same, irrespective of their social standing in society. Now, going back to the issue of how we enforce laws, again, this boils down to the mindset and method for implementing our laws. If we have government agencies that are manned by people who are just given jobs as a way to reward their political loyalty, it will show in how they execute the job. For example, why do we have to always physically resort to manually bringing people to book when we can implement technologies that can help us track traffic offenders? And I think Lagos is already doing something in that line. It is completely barbaric to try to wrestle control of a vehicle from a traffic offender in the name of trying to bring the person to book, because that itself is
was still chase the person down the road.
That is what we saw with those who paid the ultimate price with the accident we saw the last time.